Good evening. This is Martin with your Video Game Junk report. June has been a very busy month, so let's jump right into it. Here are the highlights. For Dragon's Dogma 2, Max Factory has announced a Figma Arisen, Standard and Deluxe versions. For The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, Max Factory has announced a Figma Geralt. Pure Arts has announced a Geralt vs. Eredin 1/6 scale diorama. Pure Arts has also announced for Assassin's Creed Odyssey a Spartan Kick 1/6 scale diorama. And finally, from Pure Arts, they've announced for Borderlands a Psycho Bandit art mask resting on a Buzz Axe base. Of course, all of the Pure Arts releases include a standard and deluxe or exclusive version. For Borderlands 4, 2K Games has announced a collector's edition featuring a 4.8-inch statue of Echo 4, exclusive to GameStop. For Doom the Dark Ages, London Dough Company in the UK has announced delicious cookie dough and gelato bites. Yummers from Poland has also announced Slayer Bites cereal. For Helldivers 2, Dark Horse has announced three 1/4 scale helmet replicas, including a tactical, chemist, and hero variants. For The Last of Us Part 1, Dark Horse has announced a Joel and Ellie on horseback 13-inch statue. For Tomb Raider Legend of Lara Croft, the 2024 Netflix animated series, Dark Horse has announced a Legend of Lara Croft 7.25-inch statue. For The Expanse, Osiris Reborn, Owlcat Games has announced a collector's edition featuring an 8-inch spaceship. For Diablo 4, McFarlane has announced the second release in their Elite series, a 7-inch figure of Lilith. This follows the previous Elite version of the Slayer from Doom the Dark Ages. For Final Fantasy XIV, Inside Editions has announced an Ultimate Final Fantasy XIV Cookbook Volume 2. An interesting campaign was spotted in South Korea for Lies of P, which includes a 1/8 scale statue of Sophia. For Death Stranding 2 On the Beach, Kotobukiya has announced a Ghost Mech Coffins 1/20th scale model kit. In addition to Death Stranding 2, Anicorn from Hong Kong has announced a Ring Terminal replica. For Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, Kotobukiya has announced a 1/7 scale statue of Wolf. For the game Marvel vs. Capcom, Hasbro has announced a Gargantos 6-inch figure. For Dragon Age, the Veilguard, Development Plus Inc. has announced an Asan 9-inch statue. For Fallout, Development Plus Inc. has also announced a Nuka-Cola vending machine shadow box. Also for Fallout, the Wand Company has announced a hot pink Snowtrack Flea 1/18th scale die-cast replica, exclusive to the Bethesda Gear Store. For Black Myth Wukong, Anart Studio has announced a Zubaji 1/6 scale figure, in addition to a Destined One 1/12th scale figure, standard and premium version. For Devil May Cry 5, Prime 1 Studio has announced Dante and Virgil 1/6 scale statues, which can be paired together. For Little Nightmares 3, Bandai Namco has announced two different collector's editions, a spiral version exclusive to the Bandai Namco store, and a mirror version exclusive to Amazon. Both feature a 4.72-inch statue of Lo and Alone. Wrapping things up, for Batman Arkham Origins, Hot Toys has announced a Nightfall Batman variant 1/6 scale figure. Please be sure to subscribe for further updates and visit videogamejunk.com for all the latest products, including those not featured in this report.